It's always exciting when we get a brand new model, and it's really exciting when we get an all-new vehicle. This is the all-new Mazda CX-5, and it's not just new in size and dimension, it has all-new technology. You might have seen on TV ads for the new SkyActiv technology. Well, under the hood is a brand new engine, new transmission, new body. Basically, the whole thing is brand new. We're here in California. Right there is the beach at Carmel by the Sea. Behind me is Pebble Beach, but up the road is Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and that's where we get to take out this all-new Mazda CX-5.
Well, it's the fastest growing segment in Canada. It's over 200,000 units in volume, so it's close to 15–16% of the entire market. This vehicle would be right at the heart of the segment. Pricing-wise, the volume is between $24,000 and $18,000, and we place our volume product, which is GS, right at the heart of the segment. And then we have an entry level, which is below $23,000, which is a great value. And then if you want to move up, we have a GT version, comes with an all-wheel drive standard at a little over $32,000. You know, you come into the segment with the need for utility, you come in for a need for the higher driving position, safety, but then you have to compromise on fuel economy. You got to compromise on driving dynamics. Now with this CX-5, we come with good design, good fuel economy, and good driving, which is all things that you have to compromise when you come into this segment. So with the CX-5, you don't really have to compromise.
Now the model that we have here is the top trim level, and it comes with 19-inch wheels. If you're considering this Mazda CX-5, I suggest you try the middle model or the base model that comes with the smaller wheels, because this can be a little choppy over uneven pavement. We're in a very smooth road here in California, but on bumpy roads it can be a little bit choppy. That's one thing. The interior is very simple and nicely executed. Soft touch materials on the dash. Everything is easy to see and well laid out. You get great outward visibility, even though this vehicle does have a quite sporty looking stance on the outside. The mirrors are big, and it really is a comfortable vehicle to drive. What you get with this vehicle is sort of no compromise. It's got the efficiency, it's got the driving dynamics, and a very nicely appointed interior for a price that's very competitive with everybody else.
The handling is better than any SUV has any business being. You know, you're driving it on the tracks today, you shouldn't be driving an SUV on the track at all. But to have a car that handles and drives as well as this, and it happens to have the best fuel economy of any SUV, it's really, you know, the best of both worlds. That's what we're going after, is it's really not having to compromise anything.
Unbelievable that this is a little compact crossover with a small four-cylinder engine, but it's more than that. It's the way this thing handles. First of all, I can't believe how forgiving this car is in the corners. It just turns in. It's so predictable and flat in the corners. Not flat in the way that it doesn't roll, but there's no change in the steering halfway through the corner. Late braking, late apex, straighten the car out, look at the tree ahead, once the drops and then you turn it. Oh yeah, that's addictive. I could get used to that. This is a very technical racetrack. It's not very long, but boy, it gives you thrills every single lap. So I'm thrilled that Mazda was able to bring us here to their racetrack basically at Laguna Seca, because it showcases this vehicle nicely and it's a real treat, so thank you.
The CX-5 is the first of our full SkyActiv cars, and the SkyActiv program started off with a commitment to reduce the fuel consumption on our entire fleet by 30%. And that's a huge, huge improvement in fuel economy. So it takes sort of an approach where we re-engineer every single part of the car. Now the engine is the highest compression ratio of any production engine. It runs 13-to-1 compression, but it still runs on 87 octane gas. We've gone through the transmission. It's a whole new transmission. It's 7% more efficient than the old one. The whole vehicle itself, every new Skyactiv vehicle is going to be 100 kilograms lighter than the one it replaces. So there's been decades where cars get heavier and heavier and heavier each generation. We're turning that around and we're going to go the other way now. We re-engineered bolt heads to figure out how we can use less metal in the head of that bolt and have it be just as strong, so it would be lighter. You know, like the inside of the fin of the radiator, how do we get the water to flow into there more efficiently so there's less drag on the water pump? There really is nothing that we didn't touch in re-engineering this car.
Now at Driving Television, we get invited to a lot of racetrack events, but they're almost always exclusively for sports cars or premium luxury cars. The fact that Mazda is so confident in this new Skyactiv technology that they launched the CX-5 at a racetrack, their very own racetrack here at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, says a lot about their confidence. There's plenty of new product out there. The Tucson from Hyundai, the Sportage from Kia, the all-new Honda CR-V, and the Ford Escape, that this vehicle has a lot of competition, but it's got a lot going for it. Efficient, great styling, packaging, and a good solid price. Plus, it drives very well. This almost looks like a winner's podium, doesn't it? And I predict that this new Mazda CX-5 is going to be a big winner for Mazda.
Interested in an SUV? We have all the reviews of the latest models at drivingtelevision.com.